The National Bureau of Economic Research did a study to see whether or not there really is revenge of the nerds. And what they found out is that popular kids actually earn more money 40 years after they graduate.
Oh, that sucks.
So according to the study, those in the top fifth of the high school popularity pyramid generated a 10% wage premium nearly 40 years after graduation compared to those in the bottom fifth.
Now, I say that sucks because, you know, there's this popular idea that like, oh yeah, but later you'll be sorry because I'll be running IBM, right? You see it in the movies, etc. It turns out, no, later you'll be in the top fifth of the pyramid again and earning 10% more than me. So now, but keep it real here, it's not really popularity. And so how you judge that is really important, right? Because it's not like these researchers can go into the school and they're like, okay, who's the most popular? Oh, Molly and Sally? Okay, great. They're in the top of the pyramid, right? No, they do it based on the number of friends you have.
Right.
So, and so I like that as a guide because it's not really what you conventionally think of as popular. So for example, I might not have been the most popular kid in school in terms of parties or whatever it might be. I hate to break it to you, but that was the case. But I had a lot of friends, right? Among the geeks in school, like the honor students, whatever. And we played ping pong all day long. And if I filled out one of those things, I would have listed a lot of friends. And then they would have put me at the top, mistakenly put me at the top of the popularity pyramid. Right.
It comes down to networking, how social you are as a person. And I think how social you are in high school is it's kind of like an indicator of how you will be in your adult life. So if you're not shy, you're not embarrassed, you're willing to go up to, you know, strange people and talk to them and not be intimidated by them, which is exactly what Cenk does. He's a total social butterfly in social settings.
I'm a social butterfly. Picture me like social butterfly.
But it really comes down to that. And oftentimes people think that the popular kids are the bullies, right? I mean, you watch Mean Girls and the group of the popular kids are the bullies. But in reality, the real popular kids are not necessarily the ones that are going around making fun of the nerdy kids. Those are the people that will screw up later in life because they're not making any friends. But the people who are the full package, they're social, they're smart, they're paying attention in class, you know.
Well, that was actually my nickname in high school, the full package.
Please.
No wonder I was so popular, you know what I'm saying? Social butterfly. I was a bit more of a social rhinoceros than a social butterfly. But look, this makes all the sense in the world because if you don't know and you know you're just starting out in the world, it turns out who you know makes a bit of a difference.
It makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah, look, whether it's sales, I mean, but it could be any job really. You know, how many people you know wind up making a huge difference. Like I remember when I first was working as a TV writer a long time ago here in LA. And I didn't understand how you get a job. I'm like, geez, how the hell do you know? Because there's no listing. I'm looking for listings and listings. And finally, I got a job through someone I knew from Miami, and he gave me a shot because he knew I was a good writer back there, right? And so I talked to the head writer. I said, how in the world do you get a job in this town? And he said, oh, through who you know. Now you know me. Next time I'm on a project, I like you. I'll ask you to be on the show. Welcome to the world, okay? And so that's why those guys who have more friends in high school wind up doing a little bit better later in life.
It's a little frustrating how much career success is also based on luck. Because what if you are a social butterfly, but you don't know the right people in that particular industry that you're interested in working in?
You're going to make me go on a side rant here. Okay.
I know, sorry. But it's true. I get really frustrated with this whole like, oh, you're not a hard worker, that's why you didn't succeed. No, a lot of it has to do with luck. A lot of it has to do with being in the right place at the right time. Like, I think about my luck. Right? I worked for this little like rinky-dink company not knowing whether or not it was going to succeed. I remember my first week in, Cenk gave us a speech about how Air America has just gone bankrupt, they let us go, and we don't know what we're going to do.
Win.
Okay? But I, for some reason, decided to stick it out, and it was extremely lucky for me, right?
Yeah, now look, your situation is not an anomaly, but you got really lucky, right? Like in the sense that you happen to stumble into this thing that happened to stumble into like tremendous success, et cetera, right? Whereas you could have had like 1.5 million jobs in LA that went nowhere, right? So I hear you on that. And so of course that happens in life. But I don't want people thinking it's just luck, right? So for example, John Malkovich says, and I think he's way too harsh, but he says, if you're an actor and you don't make it in Hollywood, you're an idiot. And I was like, whoa, why did he say? And then I understood why he meant that. Because always used to think, and a lot of people think, well, if you're an actor, it's just, man, that's just draw of the luck. I mean, luck of the draw. You don't know if you're going to get a job. No, there's a method to the madness, right? So you go take acting classes, and then you get to meet people, and you meet your acting coach, and then and you get a little opportunity. And at that opportunity, you meet more people. And so there is a way to do that so that you keep giving yourself a chance to succeed. So that's what John Malkovich is talking about. He's too extreme to the other side. Mm-hmm. But there is a way. If you don't succeed there, you go here. You don't do that, doesn't work. You go there. And so that's why I think persistence is enormously important. So don't get too thinking, oh, it's all luck. No, it's not all luck.
Luck has a lot to do with it. Let's keep it real.
But look,
of course, if you are persistent, at some point, someone has to give you an opportunity.
Right. And then one last thing on this. Even in Anna's case, we say, oh, you got lucky, but you also made a lot of right decisions. Mm-hmm. Most people would have left under the circumstances you were in, right? But they would have been wrong, and you were right, right? So then you deserve all the credit for that. Look at Dave and Jesus and JR and all these people who worked for free for so long, right? And people would have said, oh, that's crazy, right? A lot of people who worked as interns here at the Young Turks. But it turns out it wasn't just luck. They were right. They made the right decision.